On July 26, 2023, a decorated combat officer with a top-secret clearance sits before the United States Congress, raises his right hand, and swears under penalty of perjury that the American government has been secretly recovering craft of non-human origin since the 1940s. He says there are bodies. He says people were hurt, even killed, during retrievals. He says the programs are funded with money Congress never authorized. His name is David Grush. He is a former senior intelligence officer with the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and the National Reconnaissance Office. This is not a podcast interview. This is sworn federal testimony. And to this day, not a single person involved has been charged with perjury. Why? Grush does not appear out of nowhere. Before he ever sits down in that hearing room, former Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence Christopher Mellon publicly vouches for his credibility. Luis Elizondo, the former director of the Pentagon's own Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, confirms he has seen corroborating evidence. The Inspector General of the intelligence community reviews Grush's complaint and finds it credible and urgent. Those are the IG's own words. Made official in the summer of 2023. Grush tells Congress he has provided classified locations, program names, and contractor identities to the Inspector General and to the Senate Intelligence Committee. He says more than 40 witnesses with active security clearances have come forward to corroborate his claims behind closed doors. This is not one man shouting into the void. This is a coordinated disclosure effort supported by career intelligence professionals who have staked their reputations, their pensions, and potentially their freedom on the claim that something extraordinary is being hidden. The details that emerge are specific and verifiable, at least in part. Grush names legacy, crash retrieval and reverse engineering programs, and tells Congress they have been running under various code names since at least the late 1940s. Journalist Ross Coulthard, who first broke Grush's story on News Nation in June 2023, independently reports that recovered materials are held at multiple locations, including facilities linked to major U.S. defense contractors. Eglin Air Force Base in Florida surfaces repeatedly in open-source research as a site connected to exotic materials testing. In early 2024, the Pentagon's own All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, releases a historical report referencing authentic legacy programs involving advanced aerospace technology. Though it officially concludes these were conventional. But the report is contested almost immediately. Elizondo calls it incomplete. Mellon calls it misleading. Multiple sitting members of Congress, including Representatives Tim Burchett, Anna Paulnik-Luna, and Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, publicly state they believe the Pentagon is withholding information from elected officials. Then something remarkable happens. The Senate introduces the UAP Disclosure Act, co-sponsored by Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Mike Rounds. The bill mandates the creation of a review board with eminent domain authority over any recovered materials of unknown or non-human origin. The language itself is extraordinary. United States senators do not draft legislation around fantasies. They drafted because someone with credible access told them there is something to disclose. Here is the part most people miss. Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the Pentagon's own hand-picked director of AARO, resigns in December 2023 after publicly insisting for months that no evidence of non-human technology exists. Weeks later, he co-authors a paper with Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, speculating that an extraterrestrial mothership could be releasing small probes into Earth's atmosphere. The tonal shift is staggering. Meanwhile, the stripped-down version of the UAP Disclosure Act that actually passes into law in late 2024 has its most powerful provisions, the eminent domain clause. The mandatory declassification timelines gutted during House negotiations. Lobbyists from the defense and aerospace sector are widely reported to have opposed the bill. The pattern is consistent. Every time disclosure accelerates, something intervenes. If Grush is lying, he faces federal perjury charges. No charges have come. If the 40-plus corroborating witnesses are fabricating, the Inspector General's credible and urgent finding becomes an institutional failure of historic proportions. If even a fraction of these claims hold, it means propulsion systems, energy sources, and materials exist that could fundamentally transform life on Earth. And someone decided decades ago that humanity wasn't ready to know. The question is no longer whether the testimony exists. It does. The question is why the system built to verify it keeps breaking down before it reaches the public. The UAP Disclosure Act's original deadlines have come and gone. The promised documents remain classified. So what exactly crosses the threshold from national security into something else entirely? Tell me in the comments, do you believe the gutting of the Disclosure Act was political or something more deliberate? If this is your first time here, subscribe, because this channel follows the evidence wherever it leads. Watch this next. The Kirkpatrick resignation story goes deeper than anyone has told you.